Okay, hello folks, and welcome. So currently I have been putting a bit more focus into my reaction video YouTube channel. I do want to just make one video here just to kind of bring you up to date on, the kind of state of the game here. So, of course, Immutable does keep releasing, occasional patches. The most recent patch was somewhat interesting. It had an interesting article where they were talking about how basically like they were patching a few things that were to do with Afterlife. And they were like, oh yeah, we're just ironing out like the sort of things where the game soft locks. I think it was like some sort of bug with Afterlife. Anyways, just loading this up here. And yeah, so under soft lock and key, so A plus reporting. This is an interesting one. I feel like this potentially could be a good sign. That's, whatever. But Valka Champion of War, I've noticed, and let me go back over here real quick. So I've been working through this wheel here. As you notice, I'm not really putting much into these folks here, um, mostly just because right now these three are so powerful. And if I go back to the beginning, you'll notice I'm currently Meteorite, which is not good. I dropped down from what's it, Astral Shadow. So yeah, I mean currently these are pretty much all garbage. Well, I mean all the ones that are within buying range, of course. But yeah, so currently 237 wins, 373 cards. So currently I'm working through the death deck here. I'm just trying to sort of tweak it so that I just go into a game here real quick. Hmm. I did bring the sort of quality of the graphics down a little bit so that I would be able to use Steam Connect. So that's where you add Gods Unchained to your Steam account, and then you're able to remotely play Gods Unchained via like iPad or other type of device that you have, and it's actually super nice. One thing I I do want to just call attention to is the fact that this is definitely too much time to be waiting for an opponent. Um, I don't know about you all, but I've experienced a fair number of waiting for opponents, and that is just too much time. I don't know what's that, like 3 minutes or 4 minutes or something. Because what's it, 60 plus 60? What's that, 120? So this is well over 2 minutes. Um, but yeah, Steam Connect is definitely something useful. If you have like a iOS device, go to the App Store, download Steam Connect. It's like super useful. Oh my gosh, this is really irritating. But yeah, maybe they fix those soft locks, but they need to do something about this countdown here because it will literally go all the way down to 0. But I guess in the intervening time, so I've done my light deck. Finally got a Chalice Priest, which was super nice. I think it was like, around level 87 or 88, and I was like, oh, finally. So Chalice Priest is really nice. It's a little squishy, so you gotta get a whole bunch of frontline cards. And right now I'm trying to perfect the balance of frontline damage and then like a few cards for the god that I'm playing. So with the light deck, that was, fairly easy to get to that. Nature, pretty much the same thing, sadly. I did have to add a number of frontline creatures, and I did go heavily into, I think it was Amazon. And then with my mage deck, it was also quite a bit of frontline, some high damage. And now I'm trying to do, or sort of tinker with the death deck. The only issue being, this is one of what I would consider the squishier decks right now. Yeah, with, oh yeah, I called it Bezo Squad. But, like, as you can see, it's like all frontline. It's really annoying to play all these front lines. But, I guess I didn't have that many for this. No, I guess the nature deck was all right. Light, yeah, that was a lot of front lines. And yeah, this one is super useful. Only problem is it's a Genesis card. With the, oh, that's Deception. I played that. That's really, really hard to play. This is a fairly decent deck. I don't think I've got very many Genesis cards in here, just Rune Storm, and I think I've got a couple in here. Maybe not. Oh, no, that's... No. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like Rune Storm is the only Genesis I have here. But, yeah, going back over here, though, I'm really trying to get, a few wins with this death deck. So I'm gonna try jumping into a game. Hopefully we get a better connection here. They really need to, get a bit more of an effort going with this Immutable X marketplace launch, because I think that's something that's going to really help people, because some of the more basic Genesis cards will really help people who are newer to the game, just because some of the Genesis cards are just like insanely imbalanced, and having access to some of the lower level Genesis cards will definitely, uh, help people who are fighting against things like demigorgons. Helper, okay. See if I can get something that's not super high level. There we are. Oh yeah, these are also, this one mostly just looks really cool. So I'm going to nothing actually, I guess. So yeah, let's continue on. We're playing against Way Larail. Interesting. We've got, I'm going to put this one. Good. And yeah, we'll just go over to the opponent's turn. Geodex has a really interesting tool also for tracking your current rating in the game, which I think is really cool. I think I got up to about like 1100, and then I just dropped sharply down just because that tournament really brings out all of the people. Like, I remember there was one person who was playing with like two demigorgons, one of which was like just common or a common color, and then the other one was, I think, the purple one. And I was just like, eh, that's the irritating thing with these with the real money tournament, is just that people really come in with everything to try to make their way up through the ranks. Also been watching various Twitch streamers like Black Gaston, um, Fake Muse, and the other big Twitch streamers, um, for like some tips or feedback on what they do that works really well for them. Get rid of this one. Is that a roar? That's a roar. Okay, well, that's another roar. Will they be able to take me out? They probably will, so I'm gonna get rid of that. And so they're gonna, obviously kill this one. This is a really interesting card if you haven't seen it yet. Yeah, if I'm not able to get this game, like I'm gonna probably go back to like light. Light's actually surprisingly fun to play once you understand the basic mechanicality of it, but it's a bit challenging to learn how to play it first. Okay. Useful ones over here. This one's really irritating, especially when you're playing as mage. Just because 5 damage, that's a lot of damage. Might need more low-level front lines that deal damage. Like this, the worm doesn't deal very much damage. So it's nowhere near as... Gosh, wow. Well, that's an obvious. Let me go with... Okay, so now we got 2 burn on there. Oh, wow. Yeah, so see, like that's the thing. Like you notice he's playing, a good amount of frontline, just because you really have to play a lot of frontline in the current meta. I'll give this burn, but I mean, like that's an example of one of those Genesis cards, which is just like it's super imbalanced. And with Immutable X minting the Genesis cards or the core, um, the core cards, welcome cards, that'll really give people who are new to the game access to some of the tools to counter cards that are somewhat imbalanced, like this Pyrrhic Incantation here. Yeah. Let's see. What do we have here? Do front line. Can I take anything out? Let me take this out. There we are. It is just a roar, so it's not. Oh my god. Let's see. That. Ooh. Not good. So. Okay. let's see. I'll just do a little bit more there. But as you can see, I'm still like I'm super close to the edge right here. So I mean, this death deck will require a good amount of tinkering with, get it to a state where I'm really able to make it, more functional. Yeah, yeah, I do not want to fall below impact meteorite. So definitely the last time I'm playing that death deck, deception's just a little tricky and confusing for the time being, so I'm gonna just ignore it for now. I know it's supposed to be one of those really powerful decks, sort of like ramp magic decks, but for the time being, I'm just gonna ignore it. Going back over here, I'm gonna go over to GU decks. Um, their stats go. I don't know why they do that every time. I've never actually read what they say there. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, it's kind of it was going down a little bit, then I start going up again, and then it's just been going down just because I've been really trying to work towards um, completing that flux wheel. But yeah, this win rate is not. I mean, I had much better win rate before this double XP tournament, or this double. I think it's 2x XP, or it's something like that. But yeah, so currently, yeah, really not very good for this. Nature Nature's all right. I feel like something happened recently that made nature decks not as strong as they used to be. Lights, pretty good. Magic's been pretty nice actually. Oh, it looks like I have not been playing a ramp magic. I've been playing an other magic. Um, but yeah, so card rankings. Wonder for the god if you set it to light. How well is Chalice Priest gonna do? Check win rate. Plus, oh wow, it's not even in the top list. Cudgel of it. I don't know why that is so interesting. But yeah, going back over here, meta. Yeah, it's like, well, I guess that's just light. Let's go back. Tier list, meta, all. Yeah, Zoo Light. It's right near the top. War, they're changing war so often that I just don't want to get into that, because the instant I learn the deck, they're gonna change it and nerf a whole bunch of stuff. Um, board wipe, board wipe death sounds really good until you realize everything's legendary. So like Jason, which is I think this is like $300 or something, which is insane, and no one's actually able to buy that. And it has Nefero, which I think is like 70 to $100, and that's also ridiculous. So when you see stuff like this, I think there's a way to sort it so you don't have those cards. Maybe not. But yeah, it's there's a whole bunch of different things that are kind of happening currently with Gods Unchained. The main thing being for those playing on Macs. Well, I'm playing on a Mac that's running Boot Camp, so I think technically that means I'm playing on a Windows PC. But yeah, play to earn with weekend ranked. Yeah, no, that's yeah. Anyways, though, thank you all for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to like this video, leave a comment in the comments section, let me know what you think, and definitely hit that subscribe button so you can be first in line to see my new video when it's out. Thanks for watching. Bye.